I've always tried to just approach things from a songwriter standpoint.
What was it for you? I mean, did you pursue a career in music? Was that a thing that you trusted maybe that would come someday, or was that something that...
I always pushed for that. There were moments when I was, pretty much ready to call it quits, and not call music quits, but just professional aspirations. There was definitely moments when I was like, you know what, I'll just record these songs like I've been doing for the past few years and put them on the internet and have my day job, and this will just be my passion, but I'll have to do it, when I'm not having to work a day job. So,
what was the cause of such a doubt, maybe, that you...
just feeling like, always hitting a brick wall. I had been that person who always tried to educate himself on the music industry and perfect my craft as a songwriter and just always be critical of myself just to try to get better all the time. And there's a lot of stumbling blocks. There's a lot of hitting walls that feel like they're never going to break and knocking on doors that never open.
Was it more the business side of it?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I was always playing, but I guess the only musical side of that would be just finding band members who were serious, because musicians aren't known for being ambitious for a lot of times. There are a lot of them are just known for being lazy or whatever, having wanting to party more than be serious about music. So that part was difficult, but I have great guys around me now who love what they do and who are serious about it. But it was more always the business side, getting somebody to pay attention, being in Los Angeles where there's thousands of bands and trying to put your head above the crowd and try to be recognized.
Yeah, because that is of course. How do you describe? Do you think it's motivating to have this many bands around, or do you think it's
no?
Yeah, it makes it's hard, I think, nowadays for a band to stand out from the crowd. What do you think?
It was always difficult. I never thought it was motivating. Sometimes it's not supposed to be a competition, but sometimes you want to make sure that you're better than the next act. You don't want people to go like, oh, that new band sucked compared to this next band. So you're always trying to be better, but it was always just the scene in LA, because there are so many bands. Just live music a lot of times isn't appreciated as much. It's kind of it's just always there. And there's so many bands trying to do what you do. It's kind of like, daunting.
But what was for you maybe the ingredient that you put into your band now that you thought, well, this is what will set us apart from the rest?
Well, I've always tried to just approach things from a songwriter standpoint. So it was always about being just honest and passionate and making sure that I'm making songs that when people listen to it, they can feel what I felt when I wrote it. I've always had the same approach. I just think, maybe it was fate or destiny, the reason that it took so long, because it taught me a lot of lessons and helped me to look at things from a more mature and reasonable standpoint. As opposed to things happen really quick, maybe I wouldn't.
But do you see a lack of that ambition in other bands that you just described?
Yeah, there's a lot of bands that are,
they just do it for the sake of playing, or...
Yeah, or they... some bands are really serious about what they're doing, and for some people it's, even though, when you're struggling and you're trying to make something happen, it's always on the side because you got to make your money, and there's not really a lot of money to be made in music, especially at that level, or even at the level that we're at, where we're this brand new band on the scene. But you can't treat it like that. You can't treat it as a hobby. You can't treat it as the side thing, because otherwise you won't ever be serious about it.